This Ag Vision program is made possible through the generous support of Syngenta Seeds NK brand. The results you need, the freedom to choose. And by Farms.com. Ag news, market prices, ag careers, and farm real estate. You'll find it all at Farms.com.
Trends are the key to understanding consumer preference. In the food business, economic indicators such as higher incomes and increasing single-person families are expected to significantly change the types of food products farmers will supply. To bring the food trends picture into focus, Kevin recently spoke with Randall Westgren from the University of Illinois.
In general terms, we have increased affluence and we have less time. So what do those two trends mean in terms of marketing food?
What we're seeing is consumers now, because they have higher incomes, more of it disposable, they will trade up to more expensive products, more exotic products, imported products, higher end products. But on the other hand, they have less time in the household to prepare them. So how do you meet that? Well, you go out to eat. So the food service sector becomes the place where we can simultaneously trade up but not have the time cost that we would normally have in preparation, consumption, cleanup, and the other things associated with traditional food consumption.
Sure. In the next few years, single-person families will comprise roughly 30% of the population. What impact will that have on the food industry?
We're on our way to seeing that because of later marriages in life, marriages not being as stable as they were in the past, and the number of people who are living on as widows and widowers, that we may get to as much as a third of the population being in single-person households. Single-person households suffer from this lack of social relationships around which traditional meals are developed. There's no longer a sharing part of the meal where the family comes together and it's a bit of a ritual or an event. Instead, it's just feeding myself. And so these people will opt for more convenience, more food away from home, and because it's a one-person household, smaller portion sizes. And so they can't buy the turkey or the roast. They will downsize in what they consume, even though they may have the ability to pay for something of some additional size.
Another significant trend is the overall growth, especially in Asian population and Hispanics in some cases. What will that mean to the food industry?
It's actually got several layers of consequence for us. In the first, we have these new ethnic populations, the first generation people who want to use Canadian products in a familiar ethnic way. And sometimes it's very direct, very easy to do, but sometimes it means adapting the product here in Canada to traditional methods of cooking and so on. What we see happening after a generation or so is that we start seeing a diffusion of these cuisines, these preparation methods, these products out into the rest of the population. The rest of us learn how to make a good curry. Not as good as the original, yeah, but we're learning more. We appreciate it because we eat it in the restaurants, we try it at home. It's now available in the supermarkets for us to try. And so in the end, we have expanded the use of perhaps Canadian beef as an example in different cuisines, and then it's come back to us in different ways we can prepare it ourselves. And it becomes a way to increase the food interest, if you will, in the product because it's now being presented in a way which is novel to our families.
The final one I want to touch on is the boomers. Roughly a third of the population will soon be over the age of 50. What does that mean?
Having the relatively large group of over 50 people where we are at income earning maximums for our careers in that period between the time we're 50 and the time we resign, retire, or change to a later career that we might do at the age of 65. We have a lot of disposable income then, and they'll spend it on travel, on entertainment, going out to fine restaurants in the cities, making it part of the travel package. It becomes part of the way you celebrate life more. And it gives us an additional component, which is, as we then move into the retirement stage, we have relatively good incomes. Most of it's disposable. We have time to consume. And it kind of gets us to the way we might have always wished to have been during our working lives. We've got money, we've got time to enjoy it, and perhaps it means that we can return to more food preparation at home, more enjoyment, and trading up than to the best quality that we can afford.
So what is the fastest growing product category in the grocery store right now?
Right now, the fastest growing sector appears to be those products which we call indulgence, variety, or enhanced, where we're really looking at things which are not about basic nutrition. It may be not potatoes, but it may be a highly elaborated potato product which is different. It may have an ethnic basis. It may have some high-end thing. It will include fine wine. It will include snack foods. It will include many beverages. It will also include fine cheeses and things like that that we buy not because it's a dairy product, but because it's a taste sensation or an indulgence that we have. And whether that's happening at the center of the store in the manufactured grocery products, where this has been an important element for many years, or whether it's happening in the fresh parts of the store where I don't think we've caught on to it as rapidly. The dairy case does it a bit with the yogurts and some of the specialty processed products like that, but I don't see it as much in the meat case. I don't see it as much in the produce as the implication would offer. That if people are finding these things in the manufactured grocery products, it means they're looking for something different, novel, indulgent, and if we can't provide that or won't provide it in the meat case and the produce section, we've missed an opportunity to take that money back to the farm.